Hi again everyone, Scalpire Pop Cult fan here, and in this video I will be doing another horror movie review. This is a movie that came out back in 2016, The Autopsy of Jane Doe. I just finished watching it and I want to give my review. This is a movie that I remember hearing about but haven't seen yet until today. And I have a friend that kind of recommended the movie to me, and I thought it was a very good, actually. Like, I liked the two leads, Austin and his dad, Tommy, played by Brian Cox. He was the only actor I recognized in the movie, but Brian Cox, he was in Rise of the Planet of the Apes, the first film in the reboot trilogy, and I really liked them as like the ones doing the autopsy of Jane Doe, and I liked that most of the movie took place in this morgue, which I believe was like in the basement floor of like a hotel, I think. And I really liked that kind of setting because it was self-contained, and I always like horror movies that do that. Horror movies that take place in very isolating kind of areas, and especially like during the events of the film, there was a storm going on that kind of prevented them from leaving, which, you can see how the setting of this movie really does capture the kind of horror that you could potentially get scared of when watching a movie like this, because you're in this hotel slash morgue, and I like how they play with the lighting. The lighting was really good, the cinematography, and I liked how there are some scenes where there are like these mirrors in corners of hallways, and you could like see the reflection of somebody from a distance down a hallway. And I've always liked that kind of the filming when doing a scene like that, because you see like the human character on one side, on the other in another hallway, and then you see a figure in the distance in the shadow, and then it pans back to the character, and then the shadowy figure that you thought you saw not there. I think that's a really good way of building up to a potential jump scare that's not too forced, and I really like that. This movie has some jump scares, definitely paranormal. I was half expecting the Jane Doe to like actually move around, and I was half expecting her to like move around and stuff, but I mean that didn't happen. But a lot of the things around her were happening. A lot of paranormal things, like what you would expect in a haunted house film. Lights flickering on and off, doors opening and closing by themselves, things like that. And I really liked how the mystery of what happened to Jane Doe, I thought, was very fascinating. I really liked what they did in the third act of the film, where you have Austin and his dad, Tommy, and they're putting together the pieces of what happened to her. And once they realize what happened to her, it's that much more scary, what happened to her, and the suggestion of horror in this movie is very effective. And for me personally, I prefer that kind of horror over, like, say, like a slasher film that's very gory. I do prefer more subtle, more suggestive horror in movies like this, and I think they did a really good job with that. And overall, like, the music, I liked the score. The score in this movie was really good. I liked the actor that they chose playing Austin, the lead actor. I thought he was really good. And I mean, obviously, the actress that played Jane Doe, she was, constantly not moving at all throughout the film. She was always on the table, and So I mean, there's no way of like judging her performance because she was just laying there the entire film, looking dead. Even though by the end of it, both Austin and his dad realize that she's still that she's still alive, and the revelation of the fact that this movie came out back in 2016, so I may say a few spoilers here. So they reveal that she was pretty much tortured in a very ritualistic sense, and what happened to her kind of made her body very it's weird. It's weird because there were other corpses in the morgue, right? And I half expected her to move around, but the other corpses that were in the morgue were the ones moving around. And in the third act, when Tommy starts to look into Jane Doe's eyes and try to talk to her, there's this moment where the things that happened to her when she was still alive started happening to Tommy, and you could see how she recovers her whole body. When I'm guessing that's how the other corpses died before the events of the film. That these people that look into Jane Doe's eyes and try talking to her, what she does, even though she can't move, makes other people suffer the same things that she did. And then once those bad things happen to these other people that looked into her eyes and tried talking to her, start to break their bones or start getting tortured, similar to how she was tortured when she was actually still alive. And then her body starts to recover. And I thought that was a very fascinating way of kind of revealing what exactly she is at her current state. And I thought that was a very fascinating. This is a very creepy thriller film that is definitely worth a watch for a lot of horror fans. And yeah, I don't have too many flaws with it, at least not that I can think of at the top of my head at the moment. I mean, I guess maybe the third act, I feel like there could have been some things that were better explained. But overall, I did really like this movie. I thought it was really good. And it came out back in 2016, so it's been out for quite a few years now. And it was really good. If I had to give a grade for this movie, I would give it an A, because like I said, I don't have too many flaws with it. I thought it was really well done. I liked the lead actor playing Austin. I thought he was great. And yeah, that should do it for this review. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.